Oh, I'm supposed to do it.
We all make mistakes. I shot this week's episode without even checking to see that the camera was pointed at my special guest. Muppet time!
Muppet
time! This week, Hiking with Glen features producer, songwriter, and my childhood hero, Mr. David Grover.
And I'm hiking with Glen. Show us where we're going, Macho. Come on.
So I grew up listening to your music, and I remember very fondly having a friend of yours put his head through a snare drum.
To wipe out. So we'd stop and he'd go, pop, 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 and then he'd put the snare drum on his head.
But then, just very recently, I found out that there was way more to David Grover. You played with Arlo Guthrie.
I met Arlo when he was in high school here. Then I was just playing in sort of rock and roll bands. And then in the early 70s, he asked the band to go on the road with him. So yeah, so that lasted for a long time. I mean, we went all over the world, and every summer we'd join up with Pete Seeger and do, like, you know, the Tanglewood venues.
Yeah. And you were playing electric guitar in that band, acoustic guitar?
I was doing electric guitar, and I was arranging for Arlo. Then I started just songwriting seriously, and I fell into the kids stuff.
Just like writing songs for your daughter, and
well,
then...
I would go to like her kindergarten Christmas party.
Yeah.
And I knew, you know, maybe 5 kid songs, all of which I learned from Pete Seeger. And I mean, it wasn't like a career move. You know, it was just something I loved to do, and it turned into something I did for 25, so still doing it. We wrote a song for one of the best basketball players ever lived, Bob Cousy. Every year he does a tournament for short basketball players. And I wrote a song called Do Your Best. Basketball, football, science, math, music, art, taking a bath, you know. Whether you're a jock or a nerd, haven't you heard? You got to do your best. And over again. Do your best at whatever you try to do. You've got to do your best. Take some time and give it all you got and do your best in every way. Whatever you put your hand to, succeed or fail, we'll all understand if you do your best.
So would you say that you have different songwriting techniques for different artists that you've worked with? I mean, like, you're probably not going to write the same way for Barry White as you do for your kids' shows.
Well, for 25 years, I had a partner, Aaron Schroeder. He wrote 20 songs for Elvis, had 5 number ones. He wrote the flip side of Heartbreak Hotel. He could make a song out of, you know, a cereal box. He never really understood a Bob Dylan. You don't sit down to write Tangled Up in Blue. And his hero was, of all people, Irving Berlin. Now, once in a while, I do it the old way, which is wait for, you know, something to just pop out. That's rare. You don't write many songs that way.
True.
We wrote for 25 years, 5 days a week, every day. You know, from 10 in the morning to about 3 in the afternoon. And we wrote a lot of songs. We never had any big hits, me and Aaron. I still do all right with the Barry White stuff. And
how many songs did you write for Barry White?
3, I think.
3?
We're going to have it all, and it's getting harder all the time.
Uh-huh.
It's getting harder all the time to keep myself from wanting you. Harder every day for me to stay away, knowing how much I love you. Oh, ain't it just a crime? It's getting harder all the time. Get it?
Whew. I know you have to go play a gig. I would love if you would play one of my children's songs with me.
I figured if there's anyone on the planet who would be understanding about playing a cheesy kid song, it would be you. So,
Look, I'm happy I'm playing with somebody and we're not in a bar.
all right, we'll play some pumpkins.
Let's do some fun.
Here we go. 1, 2. Pumpkins in a patch. Pumpkins can be tough to match. Some are big and some are small, but you're my favorite pumpkin of all. Pumpkins, me oh my, I baked you up this tasty pie. Seasons will change and the leaves will fall, but you're my favorite pumpkin of all. You're my favorite pumpkin. Yes. Awesome.
Hey, thanks, man. Great tune.
Thank
Great
you.
tune.
See you next time.
Now hiking with Glen.